We work hard, we play hard. We are gamerpreneurs. Individuals who have chosen to give up the security of a 9 to 5 in favor of getting to set our own hours, of doing the work that we want to do, and we refuse to give up the hobby that we grew up with in order to, quote, grow up. We have learned countless laws of life and sales from the games that we play, and we excel in everything we do. We see the wonder and glory in every interaction. We fit in awkwardly with the rest of the world because they don't understand our quirkiness, and we wear it as a badge of pride. We are focused, clear, and know what we want. We are gamerpreneurs, and we are taking over the world. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Gamerpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Bradford Carlton. Today, I have a special guest for you. We have Alan Baker, the vegan chef. Hey, Alan, how's it going?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I am awesome. It's a beautiful day in Las Vegas. How about yourself?
It's a cold and snowy day here in Buffalo, but we didn't get too much snow, so it's not too bad.
I can't imagine it gets much colder, honestly.
It's about 20, and it's pretty miserable, but that's Buffalo for you.
Sure. So, Alan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right, so I'll start with some non-gaming stuff. So me personally, I'm 29 years old. I live in upstate New York. I've lived here my whole life. Grew up in Rochester, New York. I moved to Buffalo a couple of years ago, and I think I'm pretty happy with it here. I like it. I started out after high school. I went into college for graphic design because I really like computers, and I was like, cool, art's cool. I'll do that. I'll try it out. I hated it. Ended up dropping out, didn't finish my degree, hated it. After that, I spent the next 10 years working in various restaurants around Rochester, via bars, fine dining, chains, all that kind of stuff. Eventually got burned out on it and went back to college for computers, but like computer science. So I actually got to do some hands-on stuff with computers. And while I was in college, I decided I wanted to start streaming because it kind of combined every world that I had been a part of. And that's kind of how I've gotten to the point of where I am today.
Wonderful. All right, because I want to unpack a little bit what you were telling us there.
Yeah.
First, I always start every interview with a question.
Sure.
And that question is on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being high. How weird are you?
Oh, man. I'm going to go with I would say a 5. I'd say I'm generally, I have my weird side, but I'm like a pretty reserved person usually. So
Okay.
Yeah,
We have a special guest on the podcast as well. Who is that?
Yeah, we have Delilah in the background who likes to bark at ghosts. So hopefully if she gets too loud, I'll kick her out of the room.
All right, not a problem. It's the more the merrier.
Yeah.
All right, so the vegan chef, where does that come from? So that's your handle.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to make that my handle. It started as bringing in my old world, I guess. I've been vegan for about 3 years now. And I've been a chef for 10. So I didn't want to forget my past. I kind of wanted to embrace what I used to do and kind of like bring it with me when I moved into streaming. And I thought it would, I kind of liked that name because I thought it was very brandable. I thought it would be I'd have a target audience, I guess, being that as my brand.
Fantastic. So you started in college, but can you kind of walk me through how'd you first find out about streaming and then get into it for the first time?
Yeah. So I never really watched streams. It wasn't my thing. Anytime I watched a stream, I was like, why am I doing this? I'd rather be playing right now. So it started when I played like a lot of Dota 2. I'd kind of watch a couple of the big streamers. I think like a main one I watched was RTZ. And I would just try to kind of learn from them and kind of do that. And I never put it together that I could do that. I never was like, I could be that guy on Twitch. I was always like, nah, I just want to sit in the shadows, play my games, have fun, not be in the public, that kind of thing.
Okay. And how did you progress from there?
It kind of just started one day. I was like, I don't know why. It just clicked. I was like, I love gaming. I've always been told I couldn't make a career out of it my entire life. And I was like, I'm going to try it. I have the skills. I have the knowledge. I think it's time. So I just one day decided to watch a couple YouTube videos on how to set up Streamlabs OBS, how to get Twitch set up, and just kind of progressed every day. Just kind of learned a new thing, kept going with it.
Okay, wonderful. Now, have you kind of gotten comfortable with it? How long have you been doing this?
I quit my last restaurant job November 22nd of 2018, my last kitchen manager job. And hopefully I'll never go back to that industry. But yeah, that's when I started.
Okay, so a little over a year now,
Yep.
and
Yep.
how you liking it?
I love it. Honestly, it's so much fun. As soon as I log on, I'm just like, this is great. I could do this all day. I could do it for 10 hours straight. It's awesome. It's nice to finally like bring my passion and actually like pursue it for once.
Okay, so now that you're doing it, it's kind of the obvious thing for you. Like, is there anything else that interests you?
I mean, I've always had like a technical, maybe like a computer technical, like I like to learn about it. Like I'm into crypto and like that kind of stuff, but nothing really like excites me as much as like streaming does. Like I could work on it all day, every day, and never be tired of it.
Okay, now you and we've discussed a little bit about this and how you have plans for the future. Can you tell us a little bit about your plans?
Yeah. So currently, I just stream games, but I would like to move into streaming cooking maybe classes. Maybe I don't really know where I want to go with it yet, but I just think that an interactive cooking channel would be kind of cool.
Okay,
I think it'd be unique. I think it might be something that people would enjoy.
sure.
I don't think there's a couple people out there on Twitch that do it now, and I kind of checked out their channels, and it was cool. And I think I could bring like a cool spin on vegan food on Twitch, which I don't think's been done yet.
No, and I mean, if you really want to get wild, you can do Twitch Plays Cooking.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Oh, you know of Twitch Plays Pokemon?
I don't.
Okay, so there was some program somebody wrote, and they put an old Pokemon cartridge in or emulator, and you'd be able to in the chat play the Pokemon game. So you'd have just thousands
Okay.
and thousands of people putting in inputs all at the same time, left, up, A, start, B, whatever, and they actually were able to beat this entire game through Twitch chat.
Oh, like it would take everyone's like whatever got voted for, then it would do that.
Exactly, yeah. So chop the carrots. Twitch Plays Cooking.
That would be kind of funny. Like control me while I cook.
Yeah.
See if we can come out with an edible dish at the end. That'd
So,
be fun.
so what are you doing besides streaming then? So what's on in your real life?
Okay, so full time I work at this company called Choreo. They basically update computers for the banking system. So I basically unbox a computer, I'll plug it into a network, and I'll install software on it, rebox it, ship it out to wherever it's got to go.
Wonderful. All right. So you've been streaming for about a year now, and I'm sure you've learned a lot of hard lessons and fun lessons and not so fun lessons. If you could go back to, little Alan a year ago and, give him some advice, what would you say?
I would say biggest advice would be don't focus on the numbers too much, because it gets like you get these numbers in your head and you think like, oh, I need 10 viewers, I need 4 viewers, I need 5 subs, like, and you kind of measure yourself against those numbers, and it can be defeating. You can like you can see your stream and you can be like, oh, I only had 3 viewers today or 3 average viewers, like I'm a terrible streamer, like this isn't for me. Like you can get in your head with that. And my biggest advice to myself would be don't look at the numbers. Like you love what you're doing, you're enjoying it, have fun with it, and don't stress about the metrics too much.
Sure. And it kind of, when you said you were getting into streaming in the first place, is it was just something you enjoyed and you wanted to just do it as a passion. But at what point did you start like actually like looking at the numbers and having those issues?
Probably right off the bat, honestly, because I would see like my Instagram posts and I'd be like, oh, it only got 5 likes. Like, does that mean no one likes me? Like I would like get in my head about it, but that's not how it is. It's not how it works. It's all just a system. It's all like once you figure it out, it doesn't work that way, but it seems that way at first when you start.
Okay, wonderful. Now, say someone like me, I've never done a stream before. I don't have the equipment to do a stream. What advice would you have for somebody who's considering it, just, not there yet?
I would say just do it. Sorry, she's
Just do
freaking
it.
out in the background, barking at ghosts back there. Just do it honestly, because you're never gonna have the perfect setup. You're never gonna have everything you want. You're never gonna have the best of the best. Like it's always it's never you're never gonna have perfection. So if you kind of get hung up on that, you're never gonna get anywhere. Like I started with a terrible chair, a bad desk, a bad computer, and I was like, I'm gonna try it, and it kind of evolves, and you kind of like you get more stuff, and then you can get that stuff that you think you needed down the line. So as long as
Okay.
you have the bare minimum, so I'd say just go for it.
Fantastic. All right. I want to learn a little bit more about you if we can.
Sure.
So, you're a gamer. How long you been gaming?
My whole life. I'm 29, and I've been on a computer since I was probably 3. My mom hooked me up with like a MS DOS computer, and I was playing Putt Putt Goes to the Moon and Snake and whatever else would run on that terrible machine.
All right. And then what, you developed the systems or you've always been a PC guy?
Um, I started as a PC guy when I was real little, like 5, and then I moved into consoles for a while. I had what do we have? We had Sega Genesis, and I played a lot of Sonic. And then I moved into I think it was Nintendo 64 after that one, and then Xbox. And then once I got to an Xbox 360, I was like, I want to go to a PC. I feel like that's what I want to do, and I haven't looked back since then.
All right. Wonderful. Now, of all those years you've been playing games, what's your favorite game of all time?
Of all time,
Of all time.
that's a hard one. Of all time, my favorite.
Yeah. There's only one. You're going to get hate for it and you know
I
it.
know, I know. I would probably say Final Fantasy VII.
Okay. So you're looking forward to the remake then?
100%. I can't wait. I'm gonna play it as the day it comes out.
Wonderful. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they can preserve the magic that it held though.
right.
Because, if it's just Midgar, I mean, oh, maybe. But
yeah. I haven't seen too much about it in the past year or two. I don't want to get too hyped on it and have this idea in my head and then get it and then be like, what is this? Like, I don't want this.
sure. All right. Now, kind of a fun question. As a gamer, most heroes go through issues in every game, but so do the villains. If you could be any video game character ever, who would you be?
Ever. That's a tough one. I think I would be Star Fox, honestly.
Okay.
He's a weird one, but I've always like he's kind of like this cool like leader of this like these guys that just fly around and just kind of do what they want in space. Like I don't know a ton of his backstory, but he was just one of my favorite characters.
Sure, but they always got to pay the bills.
Yeah,
that's the end of every mission. Is like the money you made on this one, now to pay the bills.
Yep.
All right, now, are there any games other than Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out you're looking forward to?
I still haven't played Borderlands 3. I know it's been out for a while. I've just been slacking on it, so I'm looking forward to it personally, just because I haven't played it yet. But I know it's out already.
Sure.
As far as like games that are coming out in the future, she's freaking out back here. I don't really know what she's doing, so sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. Hopefully my viewers don't mind.
It'll be good entertainment of just the dog barking at ghosts under there.
Sure. On the video, we can see your bed went from perfectly made to just a disaster now.
Destroy. That's what she does.
So about you, a little bit more. I want to, if we can, it sounds like you've had a lot of success in the restaurant industry because you said you were a manager, you were a chef.
Yep.
Now you're doing a stream and that's going fairly well for you. If I can, I'd like to humble you a little bit and ask you, what's something that you failed at?
As far as streaming or as far as life?
So my goal in asking this question is I don't want anybody to think that they're not capable of doing anything they put their minds to.
Right.
And so taking a look at anybody who's had any success and going, oh, they're way up here, they got them on the pedestal, right? Well, the truth is everybody's had failures in their lives.
Right.
I'm just looking for any time that you failed that is worth mentioning.
From like a kind of like a personal standpoint, I guess I've kind of failed a lot on like being with my family. I sacrifice a lot of my time and energy into my stream, and I kind of haven't been there for a lot of them. So I would say that'd probably be my biggest failure. Would be,
Okay. Well, thank you
would
for
be
sharing that.
yeah, it's because it's tough to kind of work on it full time, but also have time for your friends and family. So it's tough.
For sure. I mean, it's either your dreams or your family. I mean,
Right. Yeah, well, I know you don't want to put it like that, but it really is because it's like I could go visit my mom this weekend, or I could grind Fortnite and get some Instagram followers, and like it's a balance, and it's
no,
and
absolutely is. It's the dilemma that every entrepreneur faces. I mean,
right.
either I can keep trying to make my goals happen, make some money, or I can spend time with my family who I already know what they're usually going to talk about. I already know what we're going to eat for dinner. I know what we're
Yeah,
going to do after dinner.
yeah. But
Yeah,
you still got to do it. They're your people. You're the only supporters that have to support you. So you just gotta put time with
that's
them.
right. Okay, another question to humble you a little bit further, if that's all right.
Sure, go for it.
What's something that you're currently not good at?
Currently not good at. I would say I have time management issues. I am the worst procrastinator ever. Like I've had stuff in my head that I know I need to get done for like a year now, and I just haven't done it. Like my girlfriend's been bugging me to get my passport renewed since we started dating like a year and a half ago.
That's like
And
the easiest thing in the world
I
to
know,
do. Like,
I know. I now was like, I gotta get a haircut. I gotta get my picture taken. I gotta send it in. I'm the worst procrastinator. I don't know why. And I just, that's my biggest flaw.
all right. Okay, now kind of going back to your stream a little bit, if we can.
Sure.
So somebody brand new who's never seen you before, they pop into your channel. What's something you think they misunderstand about what they're seeing or what you're about?
Um, I would say that maybe they expect like the highest quality gameplay possible. Like, I guess there's a expectation around streamers that they're pros at the game. I think they're the best of the best. Which don't get me wrong, a lot of them are, but like I play a lot. Like I play Fortnite a lot, like a lot, and I'm not the best. No way, not by any means. So for someone to come to my channel and kind of expect that from me, it just doesn't happen.
Okay. Now your chat, you got a good chat or a bad chat?
We're a positive vibe chat. We don't do the toxic thing at all.
Wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
What's the best compliment they've ever given you?
Um, I don't know if it was a direct compliment, but there's like a story. This one guy on my stream, his name's Jaden. Um, he he was like for months. He was like, it's my birthday soon. I want to buy one of your hoodies with my money, and I want it. And then like that's all I want for my birthday. And then his birthday finally came around, and he ordered it. And then he was like sending me pictures of it and being like, "Oh my god, I'm so hyped!" And it was just like it was the most humbling experience to have someone want something that I created that badly that they're like, "That's my birthday present. That's what I want this year. If I can have
Oh,
anything, it's your merch." And that
that's
was
so wonderful.
yeah, it was a heartfelt moment for sure.
Yeah. All right. So you got the positive vibe chat. I got to ask this. What's the worst trolling you think you've ever received?
Okay, so that's easy. So obviously my name is Vegan Chef. So you can troll vegans really easy. I mean, you can put steak in their Discord. You can put like it's mostly meat stuff, which like I worked as a chef, so like I ate meat most of my life. So like it doesn't really affect me that much. But the worst I've ever had is I was doing a 24-hour charity stream, probably about a month ago now. We were doing they had a fishing event in Fortnite, so we were doing 24 hours of fishing for the Coral Reef Alliance. We ended up raising like $250. Awesome event. But at like 4 in the morning, when I'm 20 hours into a 24-hour stream, this guy and his friend come in my channel, and they're accusing me of being like a cult leader or like running like a witch cult or something. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I just eat carrots. Like, I don't know what you're doing. So they go into my Discord, and they ended up posting videos of this older woman just shooting a chicken with a shotgun. Very graphic, just like exploding chicken parts. And I was like, really? Like it's 4 in the morning, and this is what you're doing with your life? I didn't get it, but
That might be the most unique story I've heard so far.
yeah, it's
Exploding chickens.
I was so shocked. I was like, was like, you know, you didn't like offend me because I've seen it before, but I was like, it's crazy what people will do to try to make someone else mad on the internet.
All right. So are you involved in the streaming community at all? Do you know other streamers?
I do. I've networked with a lot on Instagram. That's kind of my main networking platform, and I would say I network with a lot of smaller streamers that are probably my size or smaller. So a lot of people trying to get affiliate on Twitch, trying to get their first 1,000 followers, trying to get like the creator code and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So what's that community like? What's it like being a small streamer?
It's I would say it's really divided into kind of two types of people. There's people who think they can just turn on a webcam, play a game, and they're going to be ninja. And then there's other people who are kind of realize that it takes time and effort, and it's not an overnight success. So you kind of it's tough to differentiate between those two types of people because you want to kind of go with the people that are going to be there for the longevity and are driven to actually building their channel so you can make a good relationship with them. But it's kind of tough when you're in that area trying to figure out who's who.
Okay. Which side are you on?
I'm on the grinding side. We're going to the top.
I love it. So what's your plan then? What 2020 is coming up? This will probably be posted after 2020 has come, but
As I don't have like a solid plan. I don't have like 3 months I want to do this, 4 months I want to do this. I don't have anything like that. I'm kind of just throwing everything I got at it and just seeing where it goes. I've kept like a pause, not a positive, increased viewership on my channel. So I'd like to just keep kind of going with that and just keep building and building and
okay.
see what happens.
All right. I want to talk about your merch for a second. What kinds of
Sure.
stuff do you have for sale?
So right now, we dropped a line of hoodies that are basically my Twitch emotes, which are they're kind of like friendly like vegetables with different expressions. Like there's like an onion that's crying. We've got a potato that's holding like a second place trophy that people love to spam in my chat whenever I don't get first place and die from some stupid reason. And we got a tomato that's like excited and that kind of stuff. So we've got hoodies right now. We've got some shirts. I just put stickers in there yesterday. I'm going to be doing some hats and some other cool stuff.
Okay. How do you make this stuff? Or do you have a friend or someone that you hire to do the graphics, and who's making the hoodies? And can you walk us through that?
Yeah. So basically the whole process, I have a friend from high school. His name is Twixo. He went to school for game art design, game environment design. And I've been friends with him forever. So I'll message him and be like, hey, can you make me an emote real quick? And he'll whip something up, and it's always good. And he has his own style, and I just really enjoy it. So I kind of like give him his freedom to do whatever he's good at. And as far as like where the actual merch comes from, I do it all through Streamlabs. Um, Basically, you can design it on Streamlabs and set the prices, and they just have a minimum price. So like if a hoodie's $25 for them to make, they won't let you price it under that. And then you can price it for whatever you want above that, and you get to keep that difference. But they handle all the payment processing. They handle all the creation of the shirts. They handle all the shipping. They handle the refunds if necessary. So it's really nice for someone small like me who doesn't have a lot of like a big budget or a lot of space, because obviously I have my bedroom and that's about it. So they provide like a zero overhead way to provide merch to my community.
That's wonderful. All right. And how are sales going?
They're all right. I think I've sold maybe 4 or 5 hoodies, a couple coffee mugs, which I forgot to mention earlier. And I think I've sold one shirt with my logo on it, but that was for my mom, so I don't know if that really counts. But I'll say it does.
You're going the MLM style, going to friends and family
Yeah,
first.
yeah. I'm spamming all my Facebook friends like, "Do you want to buy some merch?"
All right. So Alan, it's been wonderful. How do people find you? Like, where are you at in social media?
I'm everywhere. My main platforms, obviously Twitch, which is www.twitch.tv/vegan_chef. Instagram is my other big platform. I think we just broke 25,000 followers. last week. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm super hyped on that. My name on there is just ttv.vegan_chef. I have TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Discord, all that stuff too. But those are kind of put on the back burner until I get have a little more time to like really build them up a little bit.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Alan, for coming on with us today. It's been absolutely wonderful. And everybody, you need to check him out because he's really cool.
I would appreciate that. And definitely.
Right.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you so much for having
before
me.
we wrap up, I got one last
Sure.
question. And
Sure.
it's kind of, is there anything I didn't ask? Anything else you want to talk about before we're all done?
So the biggest question I get on my stream, right, is people come in and they're like, "Are you actually vegan?" Like it's like it's a title that I wouldn't actually like do in my own life. And the answer is yeah. Like I've been vegan for 3 years. Do it for health reasons. I'd love to talk to people about it. I'm not pushy or anything, but if anyone wants to chat, like just message me and we can talk about it all day.
All right. Wonderful shout out. Thank you so much. All right. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye now and you take care.
All right. You too. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You take it easy.
You too.
Hey, if you like this podcast, I'd love to invite you to check out a little bit more about me, Dr. Bradford Carlton, gamerpreneur. If you go to my website, www.thegamerpreneur.com/bonus, I'm going to give you a free copy of my book, The Warcraft of Business, where I explain my history in both gaming and business and how I brought the two together in order to create some very successful companies and help a lot of people. And all you got to do is pay for shipping and processing, and I'll send you this book. I absolutely know you're going to love it. All right, you all take it easy.